Welcome back to Hazardous Breathing Simulator. No, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. My name is Tobal, and the first episode we have established Hope Valley, and now we're just continuing to do our initial expansion. If you're wondering what's going on over here, we are planning on expanding, or I guess creating, a new water reservoir. So that's what's going on with all this chaotic stuff down here. We're going to move all of this water down, and then we're going to move this section, breach this wall, and have the water trickle on down as well. I want the water to be kind of centralized, but I also want to be able to navigate around it. I want to be able to keep my stairwell going all the way up and down, use all of this open space that the Lords of Oni have given us. So we'll let our folks continue to work on that. Our researcher is almost done with that second step of farming here, the meal preparation. I think after meal prep, I am going to hit the jobs tree up, because that gives us both the water cooler and the job board, which we'll talk about in a bit. After that, probably upwards towards sanitation and ventilation. Ventilation normally is not too important early on. I think if you do build somewhere to dump your gases, by dump I just mean that everything falls down naturally. It kind of takes care of itself right off the bat. But once you have machines that start generating bad atmosphere, you definitely want to have somewhere to dump said bad atmosphere. All right, let's also start digging into this little room here. Now let's look at that temperature overlay. Here we go. So we can have this room pretty much all the way over to this point without hitting a different temperature zone. Now I don't know if I want my food here or on this side. I guess I could have it on both, but it would make more sense to keep your food in one location. That way you can have your crafting, your farming stuff there too. Maybe we put our farming above the new reservoir right along this stretch that'll be there. Sorry, I did not mute my phone, so you're going to hear my notifications there. Whoops. No, folks at work, I don't want to go to work today. Okay. So we've got more of the digging to happen. I think I'm going to have this probably, I don't know. This is honestly probably deep enough, but we must go deeper for science, for reasons, to honor our dwarven roots. We must go deeper. Now you can keep expanding beyond this initial, I don't know if you call this initial little circle here. You can continue to expand. There are some areas actually. If you see a map, you might have a ruin. You might have some sort of other civilization might have put something down in this. I don't know if we're in a moon or what have you, but there are other things to see. Our research is complete. We do have advanced, meal preparation, which gives us mostly the farm tile. The next step up would be refrigeration. However, it requires advanced science, which we can't do yet. So I'm going to do jobs, then advanced research, then sanitation, or vice versa. But we'll get sanitation in here pretty quick, lets people shower, and it gives them access to better bathroom facilities, which is really, really important. All right. Speeding things up a bit. Are we still okay on oxygen production for the most part? Yeah, pretty much. We're fine. One of these is doing enough at the moment. All the bad air is kind of trickling down. Since Max just used the bathroom, that reminded me let's take a look at the germ overlay. Cool, we're doing pretty good. Now, there are two duplicates that do have some internal food poisoning issues, but I don't think that really does too much. It doesn't seem to be affecting their health. I think it just makes them dirty. I have honestly no idea what happens when you have food poisoning. Maybe if it builds up really, really bad, much like radiation poisoning, it starts to do damage over time. But I've not seen any evidence of that yet. All right, we'll speed things up. Ruby's working on research pretty hardcore. I think I like the idea of making our farm in this stretch here. Ooh, we could even, you know what we could do is really stack the farms. Oh, wait, hang on. How high? I don't remember how tall some crops get. Let's put down a single farm tile right there. And I want to see how tall some of the crops get, because I have an idea about maybe making a very narrow height corridor here for just farming, only 2 tiles high. But it really depends on how tall the crops get, and I just don't remember some of them. All right, so here's our first farm tile. We want a mealwood seed, which is, okay, that's only 2 tiles high. We could totally do a mealwood seed there. And honestly, since we don't have this section ready to go, and I do want to start food production sooner rather than later, I am going to go ahead and say, let's drop I don't know, 6, how many do we have? We have 5 mealwood seeds. We'll drop 4 more farm tiles here, and we'll relocate these down the road. This is still a bit of building. By the way, why aren't you all coming down here to build? I demand it. Your presidente demands your sacrifice. Okay. You'll be down there eventually. Let's go ahead and order this hatch to be murderated. Get him, Turner. Get him, Turner. You're not killing him, Turner. You're not helping us, Turner. Oh, well. Turner's not going to be the one to fight the hard fights. From what I understand, you do have to click on each tile and, for the first time, select what you want to have planted. Maybe there's a way to do it in bulk. I'm not sure yet. We could go up here. By the way, this is totally what we're going to be eating. Just a bunch of meal lice. Oh. We could make some blossom seeds. Blossom seeds require light sources, though. We don't have that yet. Now, from what I understand, putting down lights also generates a bit of heat. So sometimes you can, if you have too many lights in a room, you can screw up the growth of a crop. So we also want to be careful about that as well. Alright, so what I'm thinking of is, let's do a tile along here. Cut this out here. And what I was thinking is, maybe we do 2 sections like this. Well, okay, actually, I do plan on using farm tiles here, so there's no point in making a normal tile. You can have farm tiles just hovering too, which is kind of useful. So we could put a bunch of farm tiles here. I suppose we could start with this because we really don't have the space at the moment. Or not space, we don't have the seeds right now to move everything down here. So we'll have to wait no matter what. But this is our long-term planning for our fancy pants farm. Alright, I think this is deep enough. I want to put down... I think I want to make it a nice basin. We'll go ahead and put down a actual tile floor, tile wall here. For the basin down here, the bottom of our water reservoir. It'll take a little bit of extra time, but hopefully this should help make sure we don't accidentally dig through sand at some point and screw everything up. This will be our pretty big clean water reservoir. So we'll want to make sure we take good care of it and make sure we separate it away from anything that could pollute it. So that's why I'm going to have it away from the stairwell, at least a couple tiles away. Eventually I will also put an airlock down there too to protect it from any liquids. These pneumatic doors, by the way, are basically mesh. Well, there is something called mesh. I don't know if that's confusing or not, but they do allow, if I go over the pneumatic door, it does allow, encloses an area without blocking liquid or gases, so it does allow liquids and gases through. So that is something to keep in mind. You don't want to use this necessarily for, you know, keeping a nasty, dirty room away from everything else, because it doesn't do that until you get airlocks. Airlocks are, I don't know, here's a mechanized airlock. I think that actually is it, isn't it? Deodorizer, scribber? Yeah, scrubber, sure. There is another type of door lock somewhere. Alright, so we did get jobs done. Let's go ahead and do, I think I'm going to rush into sanitation and then advanced research. With jobs, we got the job board. So let's go ahead and put, well, shoot, where are we going to put the job board at? We'll put the job board all the way over here. I think they only have to go to it the first time. So it doesn't necessarily have to be at a central location. But you will see the coolness that is the job board here in just a bit. We're almost ready to get our next duplicate, whoever, in here. Dig this out a little bit more too. Got quite a bit of space. It's not exactly the most appealing in terms of how it looks yet, but it's gonna clean up nicely. Especially we've got all this room over here to still use, all these side rooms. Maybe I should decentralize my living quarters. I've messed with a couple different layouts, and I've tried putting bedrooms kind of along. If you think of this as like a big, I don't know, think of it like a vault, a Fallout vault, or if you're a fan of the Silo series, which is just basically 100 floors of these different stories in the ground. We could put like a vertical ladder all the way along our wall, right? Because this is this is going to be a really long or tall wall. And we can put a little stairwell and put like little bunk rooms off to the side. But that does start putting the duplicates into different temperature areas. So I don't know if that's going to piss them off over time or not. Alright, so that's all done. We've taken care of moving or putting the tiles down. Does any of this stuff pollute, by the way? All this stuff on the ground here? I don't think it does. Can I make this a high priority thing to go ahead and clean stuff up? They might not like it. We'll see. By the way, someone should be farming. We need to give someone a priority level to farm. Do we have any aspiring farmers? Seriously, we don't? Okay, got it. Absolutely, we need farmers coming up soon. I'm going to give everyone a very high priority for farming, even though they basically all suck at it. In fact, since we are almost done with our farm tiles here, I'm going to cancel the farm tiles I had here and just move those crops down below. Please don't put the farm here. You bugger. Okay. That was awesome. He basically planted it and then uprooted it immediately. Okay, let me cancel all this stuff here. And we'll go ahead and replace this with tile. Did they jump with a 2 gap or was that a 1 gap? Maybe they're okay with a 2 gap. No issues there. Good to know. I don't think there's a way to... Who's not fighting anything? Hang on. Let's also put an order to bump that combat up. There you go. Go kill him. Get him, Turner. Yeah, he screwed that guy up. You see how we have these jobs here? If I go to the priority list, as far as I know, there's no way to upgrade the priority of a... I think it's called a sweeping errand. Although... Because sometimes in, say, RimWorld, for example, or Dwarf Fortress, you can give everyone the job of cleaning and make it a higher priority so it gets done faster. So we could... Is there a job for sweeping here? Is it under tidy? Sweep. Yeah, so let's make tidy very, very high. Maybe that's going to take up a bunch of time, but maybe it'll help keep our base clean overall. All right, we have a ton of mealwood seeds now. Let's go ahead and start planting these bad boys down, just so we can have some plant growth. We still have... Oh, we have 30,000 kcals. Why do we have so much kcals? Do we have someone who doesn't eat as much? Or are we getting meat from the little critters we're killing? That's actually kind of new to me. Before, normally I have a pretty decent sized chunk of our food storage out by now. So the fact that we're up above 30,000 is a really, really good sign. Oh, they do have to come fertilize it. Oh, I do need to put down a compost path or compost bin here at some point soon. We'll get to that in a bit. Can you all start sweeping stuff? Ew, gross. That's going to be a lot of stuff to sweep. I don't want to make all these resources go to waste, but if it's all that... How can I make this more efficient? I'll tell you what, why don't we put down temporarily? Let's do this. Let's put a storage bin. I don't know, right there. Make this a high priority. Maybe they won't, that way they won't have to run all the way up here to store all this stuff. And we can just have them store it all right here. Hey, research just finished up. That was our first notch of plumbing, yeah? So now we have a plumbing system. We'll go into the plumbing system in depth here in just a bit. Damn it, this is an emergency. I need you to build this supply depot. Go, go, go. Well done. Okay, we'll go ahead and tell them to... this is going to store all the sweep stuff. Oh, I guess all. I don't really know how that works, but they should be storing it... Oh, why aren't you doing that? Let's take the sweep off. Maybe you'll store it all right here. Oh, come on. What about increasing the priority level? Why are you running all the way up? You should just stop right here. Hey, there we go. Much more efficient relocation of resources, although this is still a crap ton of stuff to pick up. Maybe this isn't worth it, but I'm a little nervous about letting all this stuff sit. Remember, this is going to be the bottom of our reservoir, and I don't know if any of this stuff pollutes. I really honestly don't. But let's keep these resources for later. I mean, some of this stuff is some plants, some of them sandstone you can build with. I'm sure there's some copper in here too. So we'll let them do this for a bit. We do have another printing option available. By the way, you don't always have to duplicate someone. You don't have to make a duplicate. You can pick something different like a pufflet egg, although the pufflet are the things that will hatch and poop out slime. So no thank you. We have Rowan, Bubbles, and Marie. Farmer. Ooh, farming would not be bad to have right now. Farmer again, with good cooking skills, and a farmer and a chef. Ooh, maybe Rowan. Wow, these are actually all really good. Rowan is a farm cook operator, farm operate art, farm research. Rowan is squeamish, so he cannot care, which is not the biggest, not the biggest thing in the world. Night Owl, so he will join... We already have one Night Owl, so that won't be the worst thing in the world at all. binge eat when you're upset. We could switch. I mean, really, when you assign someone a job, though, they're going to stick to that job. Already having farming speed is going to be really good for us early game. So they're going to harvest faster. You get a chance at getting an extra seed, which is really useful in starting up your initial farm. I really think that Rowan's going to beat out Bubbles and Marie here. Bubbles starts with high cooking skill, but not an interest in it. And farm and research. We already have someone doing research, and you don't have any farming skill. So, Rowan it is. Welcome to the party. Welcome to Hope Valley. Oh, we've not done jobs yet. Okay, let's look at the job board. Here is our fancy job board. And in order to use it, you click on the Jobs tab, and what is going on? So, what this does, you can assign someone to a job. So, for example, we can assign someone to become the apprentice miner. Once they finish it, they get +2 to the digging, and they're able to dig into different types of material. So like all of these get different abilities. So for example, if we give someone the apprentice miner job, they succeed in it, you can promote them to a miner. And then the miner, once they get trained, can mine through abyssallite and very firm material, which is actually the first step, I believe. So seasoned miner can then dig through everything, but they're a little bit better at it. The architect gets a +2 to construction, or sorry, the apprentice architect. The architect here gets +2. So it's basically skill bonuses, but there are some requirements. You have to have a certain amount of morale in order to be assigned to these jobs. So we've got all these unemployed people here. Let's take a look at who is going where. We have 2 people for mining. I don't remember who did which. Who is our builder? I think this is going to be Turner. Now, right now it's telling me that everyone's morale is too low. We can fix that pretty easily by just cleaning the place up a bit. So I'm not too worried about the initial jobs here. So we've got Turner, Ruby. I think Turner's the only one for construction. So let's assign Turner to the apprentice architect role. We also have a assistant researcher, which is Ruby. Ruby's the one to do research. Now, you can see that she has 1 morale, and the minimum morale for the research assistant is 4. So we don't really want to jump into that. Let's go and work on the morale problem a bit. So let's find Ruby. What you grumpy about? You don't have a job. Got it. Let's go down to the morale. So we've got a +1 because you're a duplicate. Grizzly meal. Yeah, I got it. 2 shift break. Latrine. Last cycle's decor. There's an overall decor measure here. Obviously, everything is garbage. Yeah, we get it. Everything's dirty. There's crap everywhere. Totally understand, not the best thing in the world. What we can try to do to remedy some of these problems is use some more of these rooms. Now, hang on, did anyone ever get that stupid room bonus here? Wait, is it thin? Do we need more oxygen here? Or is it because we've been expanding in so many areas? Or are you not working anymore? Oh, no. You're waiting delivery of algae. Hello? Let's go ahead and put a priority for delivery. Supply, I think, is the actual title here. We'll give the supply job a huge bonus here. The highest priority level possible, and hopefully someone's going to go run around and supply things. In fact, I want to give this, like, the highest priority level possible. Didn't catch that this wasn't generating oxygen. There we go. Okay, we're fine. So back to generating oxygen. It was getting a little bit thin up there. I'm glad this actually started to pop up and say, hey, I'm a little bit low on oxygen. Ruby just finished the other research as well, which is awesome. So let's check out that morale again. Are you... Okay, so there you go. You see how the value of morale now, it does include +1 for latrine. So remember, if we look at that room overlay, we do have 1 room so far. We could get a med bay. We could do a massage clinic. We could have a mess hall. There's tons of stuff that we're going to start designating relatively soon. In not really designating so much as just by having a room meet certain requirements, it automatically does it for us. This is going to take a long time. I'm a little worried that this is just going to be too much work to finish up the water project. I'll give it a little bit longer, but I don't think I want to keep people down here too much longer. We need other stuff to get done. What do we have a room for research or no? Not yet. Oh, we need to designate? No. We already have research going? Okay, I guess they maybe I saw a late research bonus message. We do have the plumbing. We're halfway through sanitation. Okay, fair enough. So Ruby will get back to sanitizing the world here in just a bit. Alright, so what can we focus on? This is going to be our farming area, which we've already kind of talked about. We're going to extend this all the way down, and then we also are going to have another level 2 or 3 gaps below with even more mealwood, right? So this is going to be our giant farm stretched all the way across. We need to have ourselves some more morale. How can we get more rooms? What other kind of rooms? Bedroom needs a cot. Oh, no, it actually needs a comfy bed. We don't have comfy beds yet. A washroom or a latrine. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's what was getting me confused before. So, having a washroom is just basically an upgraded version of the latrine. Gives a +2 morale bonus as opposed to a +1. It requires a plumbed wash station, plumbed wash station, and a flushable toilet. So basically the next version, which we'll get in sanitation. Bedrooms we can't do. Barracks we can do. It needs a single bed and at least 12 tiles. So what I messed with, I did something like this earlier. Let's talk about how we can design our bedrooms. So we could have, I think they need, it said it needs 12 space, right? For a bedroom or a barracks, it needs 12 tiles. So what we could do is say that this is the entrance here, right? And this is the floor as per normal. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. So all we need is this section to designate its own little private barrack room. Although I think if we enclose this entire area, it counts as a barracks, to be fair. But I do want to plan ahead for when we eventually replace the cots with a nice cozy bedroom. So as long as it is of this space and closed off... Oh, hang on a minute. Maybe it's not going to like the fact that it would be wide open. Do we want to have an entrance on each floor? 3, 6, 9. Yeah, I think we could do that. What if we do... Sometimes I run an internal ladder in the middle of the barracks, and I've been experimenting with different options. But let's see how many of these we could stretch. We would have to do 3, 6, 9, 12 wall, 3, 6, 9, 12 wall. So I guess this, it's uneven and I hate it. I really do. We'll come up with a better plan for that. How else could we put the... I mean, for the moment, we could just close this off. I think if we just build a pneumatic door here, this will lock off as a bedroom. Or as a barracks. It needs a single bed. Oh, single bed. That's right. You do need to enclose these to get that single bed bonus. It's super annoying. I should have planned everything around a nice, even barrack split. That's what I should have done. Minimum of 12 in a single bed. So... Well, if we keep it this tall, though, 4, 8, 12 wall. 4, 8, 12 wall. Okay. I could deal with a double wall in the center. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's kill all these beds. I'm going to make these the highest of high priorities. Hopefully no one's going to get super pissed, but they might just fall asleep on the floor for one day. Not the end of the world. I'll tell you what, let's not cancel the floor here, by the way. We will go ahead and delete the dirt here. And replace it with normal tile eventually. Hey, why aren't you guys doing the thing? Hello? Now, by messing around with priorities, though, I think I might have set it so that some people aren't doing other jobs. So maybe I need to go cool it for a bit on the global priority stuff, like farming. We'll just leave the farming as a high priority job for Rowan. Who's our builder again? Turner. I'm going to switch that around because he's not going to supply. We'll try to get someone who has the supply job in a bit. And we'll talk about how efficient jobs are once we have a little bit more of a staff here. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put beds in here, just like this. Alright. We're going to bring the tiles down. I'm actually just going to wall this off. We'll have like a nice little private bunk. Now, this is what I'm saying about not being the most efficient thing. Is this efficient in terms of space? Absolutely not. Would it be aesthetically pleasing if you're like a duplicate living in a kind of a nice big room? Yeah, sure. It would make more sense. So we'll see how bad this impacts us. Again, like I mentioned before, I'm not a pro at this. Maybe I know there are better ways to do it. But I'm just really kind of experimenting to see what feels good, what seems right, what seems pretty. Very important to me. All right, let's go ahead and wall off this section of our reservoir. It's going to be pretty deep. We want to have 1, 2, farm tile, and farm tile here. Okay, so the water level is going to be about here. This is going to be the rest of our reservoir. Got it. I have to start thinking about how to breach into the water area here in just a bit. I think we'll be okay just crawling down like this, and then say breach down like that. Maybe, or it's going to ruin everything. We'll see. It'll be fun. We did get research complete. Now, we are getting a warning about insufficient oxygen generation. It compares your production last cycle versus consumed. Last cycle, remember, we didn't have anyone delivering algae, though. So I think it screwed up what it thinks the production is. I don't think we're at a bad spot yet. We have some waste here. You can see it's releasing pollution into the air. I think it's just from having polluted dirt. Yeah, so we have some polluted dirt. I think when you use the outhouse, you basically just go into some earth, right? You go into some sand or something like that in a bucket. And so you have to dump that out. Oh my god, are you gonna get trapped in here? Oh, you stepped out, didn't you? Oh, by the way, there's totally no way for these folks to get out of here. Well, that's fine. I'm sure that won't be a problem. Let's put down a temporary ladder right here. We'll clean all this up here in a bit. Let's put this as a high priority. Let's put this as a high priority, and these as a high priority. And we'll start diverting the water flow into the new basin. We will relocate the, in fact, we can relocate that. I'm thinking about the water level and where we're going to put these farm tiles. I guess for, you know, honestly, we could just put the plumbing thing here, the pitcher pump here, and then we could actually put farm tiles right along the edge and just have it over the water. I mean, I don't think it hurts anything. I don't believe this creates pollution. Although this zone down here might not be good enough oxygen-wise to, might not be conducive to growing your mealwood. Because all of your plants require a certain amount. Oh, actually, it can grow in carbon dioxide or polluted oxygen. Oh, cool. So this actually could grow in carbon dioxide. But yeah, some of your plants have to grow at a certain temperature, at a certain pressure, and things like that. Oh my gosh, that wasted space. We'll deal with it. We'll come up with a better design eventually. Go, hurry, don't pee on the floor. Better go, Rowan. I love how they like jump and they grab the ladder to cross over. That's so cool. Adorable. Alright, so we have breached... Oh, quick, did you make it? Nice, Hassan actually fell down and then pulled himself back up. I'm super proud of Hassan. So you can see here our old reservoir is completely filling up into the new reservoir, which is going to be great. Let's go ahead and mark all of this stuff for removal down the road. I'm also going to want to, I think, put... Yeah, kind of do digging in this section too. Because the water flow eventually is going to get stuck there, what you can do is you can actually put a tile, and I think it bumps the water up a notch. May or may not. I'm not really sure on how water flow works, but it is working. Our water is still clean. It's not dirty water yet, which is helpful. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of a dig order here, because I want to put in tile... I'm going to block it off so we're not in the really... because this is all vacuum here. I don't want to have to fill all this space up with oxygen. So I'm going to put this at a higher priority level as well, just the wall. And they'll dig into there. I'm going to put my compost in here, just off to the side, because we want to start cleaning up some of this nasty dirt. Let's also put a higher priority level for this section of dirt here. Some stuff like that. We can put our tiles all the way across. How's our oxygen? We're still doing okay. We're picking up this cycle on oxygen production. I probably will put down another oxygen diffuser once we start building into this area over here. This is full, by the way, so I don't think I want to use this thing anymore. I'm going to mark this as... Oh, shit. Did it dump it all right there? Oh, well, fair enough. Let's deconstruct this one. Remember, this was supposed to be just temporary storage space. I was trying to clean all this up, but it's going to take far too long. Okay, so we got another pitcher pump. We have repaired our pitcher situation. Put down a little door here. Put down a tile here. And a door here. Gimme the door. Okay. And then we'll put down our compost bin. Compost bin, go! Nice. All right. that'll get all made, and we'll be able to start processing this nasty, dirty ore, or dirty sand, or dirty soil into nice, clean dirt, right? So we can use it for other stuff. Oh, this is cool. We need to get this dug out. Once this gets dug out, the rest of the water will flow down. Then I'll go ahead and breach into this section, although we're almost a little full, so maybe we'll leave this section alone for a while. That might be the safer bet. Yeah? We could also go ahead and put down more farm tiles all the way across, now that we have the space for it. I can also plan our ladder path here. I like how funky the water gets. Oh god, you guys are stuck. Please hold. I have a slight emergency. Alright, this is where an example of how the emergency system works. So I'm going to designate these 5 tiles for ladders as a massively high priority because people are about to die. So everyone is going to come work on these ladders. Now, Hassan and Max, this is their oxygen level, so they're not doing too good now. But hopefully, we should get more people. Oh, come on, you guys. Please don't drown. I don't want you to die yet. Maybe tomorrow. They should be able to build this and then jump on it and climb out of here. Go, 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 guys. All right. Oh, yeah, they still have to run out of the no oxygen zone because this was all carbon dioxide. Well, we almost killed Hassan and Max, but they're doing just fine. All right. But that's an example of when you'd actually use that, the fancy emergency thing, by the way. Hey, our research is done. So what did we just research? Didn't we get fancy amounts of plumbing? We have a shower now, a lavatory, and over in the medicine side, a nice sink. So we'll be putting those into play here soon. Let's go ahead and start the research on advanced research, which will give us this supercomputer, which helps our overall research game. Put down another mealwood seed here. Our food situation, we're back down to about 20,000 kcals. So we'll start focusing on that again soon. Let's start killing some of this superfluous items that we had built. We can actually put one more food tile down. Don't fall. Don't fall. Okay, good. There, there. That's going to be a door. Door. Perfect. And I will extend our ladder down here so we can kind of get the last couple bits of things. I want all this water to be down, I guess, in the next section, I suppose I should say. So we'll try to get this all cut out here pretty soon. Otherwise, though, let's see, we could put some blossom seeds in. The problem with blossom seeds is that they need light sources. So I'm going to use this section as just nothing but mealwood, because mealwood gives you that lice stuff that's crawling around in this tree, or one of these trees. Here it is right here, meal lice. So that is pretty helpful for giving you just a nice, cozy, disgusting source of food. I'm digging it. I'm starting to dig how the base looks. By the way, how many... We have 5 duplicates. We have 4 beds. We need to get on this bed situation again. Do we have rooms now? Yes. So you see how these rooms are now designated as barracks. So they are going to give everyone a +1 morale bonus. So that's why I go through the trouble of designating out separate bedrooms, because it's not necessarily about the most efficiency. Sometimes it's about, you know, using these other systems. Now, maybe the old videos that I saw on super high efficiency bedrooms and things like that, maybe this bedroom or this room system wasn't in play at the time. You know what I mean? So maybe there wasn't any reason not to smush all of your cots together. Like, you know, you play Dwarf Fortress, maybe there's not a reason to give your dwarves anything other than a 1x3 or a 1x1 or a 1x2 bedroom. So we'll go ahead and do the same type of layout here. It does use up a lot of space, and I'm only just using it because I'm grumpy about the fact that it's not completely even. I'm sure I'll get over that at some point. We'll go ahead and put down our next section of pneumatic doors here as well, so that these, when they're built, will automatically start becoming bedrooms. Go ahead and mine some of this stuff out. Could do that there. We'll put the tile there and tile across here. Okay, so I'm giving them a lot of stuff to do, so I'll try to avoid going super crazy. Here you can see our compost bin in action. Reduces polluted dirt and other compostables down to dirt. Regular good old American dirt. No, nice clean dirt. So we'll finish this section off. What you can do with liquids, I've not had to do it yet, But if you have liquids in your base, you really want to mop it up because it can make people get cold feet, and I believe they get like a negative moodlet right there, sopping wet. So if they're sopping wet, what do you... Oh my god, why did you... Are you narcoleptic? Hang on, did I miss that? You've got diver lungs. Are you just super tired? You need to get the hell out of here, my dude. What are you doing, Max? Are you tired? Holding breath, sopping wet. Your stamina's at 45, so you are pretty freaking exhausted. You need to get... Let's see. Well, you need you to move, like, here. What are you trying to do? Like, what's down here that you want? Probably, like, a food source or something. What's Max's job? Max is an operator, right? Doesn't he have the tinkering skill? Crazy. You crazy loon. But yeah, so you saw how he got soppy wet. Obviously, he jumped into the water. But if the water's just hanging out here, they will get a bit grumpy about that. So you can give this cool little mop liquid spills option up. And now you're... What are you trying to do that you're... God, you're crazy. Come up here. You crazy duplicate bastard. If you're going to pass out up here. What are you trying to do? You're trying to do what? Can I tell what action you're trying to accomplish at this very moment? You're trying to sleep, but you absolutely want to sleep down here? That is so bizarre. We need to give him a bed. Let's replace the bed with Max. Can they get across there right now? He just fell asleep on the ladder. He can't get up there right now. Okay, let's do this. Let's set this as a priority to get this section mined out so they can get into this bedroom, or these two beds. Alternatively, this is about to become open, so we'll figure it out. Max hopefully shouldn't die just hanging out down there in the next, like, 2 seconds. In fact, he seems to be in a barely breathable area, so his oxygen is not going down. This is a really gross, I would say, you know, like, in terms of the oxygen in the atmosphere, it's a pretty nasty spot. So we do want to try to have people avoiding it. Hopefully, once everything evens out, which it seems to be right now, there is not going to be a need to go back down there. Alright, so we're on cycle 9. We've got 5 duplicates. We're about to get our 6th. Or, now we could deliver food, for example, if we need to. Which we might. I mean, we're getting... It's not exactly like this is going to be a bountiful harvest. Hey, how's our overall morale doing? Let's go back into the jobs tree. Remember, we had more jobs to assign, but we had people who weren't happy about it. Okay, Ruby still is on 2 out of 4 morale. And the same would be for operator, farmer, tidy, cook, etc. You can assign jobs to digging, architect, and supply, apparently. And we'll do Hassan. Yeah, he should be fine. Was he our main digger here, or was that Turner? You could hover over someone just to see what they're good at. Digging, operating, and cooking. I think... Yeah, Hassan was supposed to be our digger, so let's give that to Hassan. Now, they will get a little bit stressed out if they're at a job that has a higher morale restriction, I guess, than where they're currently at. But they will, they'll deal with it over time. Alright, so we're set there. We need to start thinking about a dump zone for polluted water and for bad air. I think I might just go straight down here and kind of make a nice big room at the bottom of our ladder. Our ladder well, if you will. We don't have any more mealwood seeds yet. We could go up here and grab mealwood seeds, I think. There's a couple seeds in this section. In fact, there's really no reason not to breach up into this zone here, I believe. What's up? Oh, this is bristle blossom. Alright, we'll tell everything to get picked up here. Clean up some random stuff that's lying around. You can see this section has now been mopped off, which is super helpful. Let's go ahead and put more tiles down. I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world. We're getting there. For sure, we're getting there. Dropping algae chunks. You're almost done with that part of research. Now, where do we want to put the bathrooms? I'll probably put the bathrooms to either side of our barracks here. I'll put the showers, and I guess I could put one on each floor, but that almost seems a bit excessive. We need to talk about where we're going to put our medical facility as well. We could dig on this side of the world. We do space, wall, and then 16. Or what are we doing now? How much do we done on the other side? Because obviously it has to be the same width, right? Because I have problems. Okay. 10 wide, and we don't want to go there yet. So what I might try to do is make this section our medical area slash massage clinic. Med bay and massage clinic. And we can split this room up by just putting another wall right in the middle of it. Let's actually make this a little bit wider on both. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a little bit. Once this all gets dug out. Cool beans. Once you have someone assigned to a job, you actually can give them a second, or not a second, but another level of priority. So if, say, Turner is the apprentice architect, if we go into build and then click again, he gets this wrench icon. So as an apprentice architect, Turner considers the build errand type to be very high priority. So I guess it's part of their job. I've never really figured out if this is kind of a more important than the double arrows or not. I would think it is. Max is unemployed, Ruby and Rowan are all unemployed because they don't quite meet the morale requirements just yet. No worries there. All right, let's speed up a bit. We are about to pop the research table, the next level of research, which is going to be useful. We obviously want to look into getting our plumbing going soon. That's going to be really helpful. We want to put down a massage table, the med bed. We are going to have to get our plumbing going. And so to get our plumbing going, I do want to start designating that next, or the big dumping section here. So I probably won't breach into this water supply. What you can do, which is really, really cool, I can put down a water pump, liquid pump here, power it, and then make a pipe run all the way up here to our other reservoir and dump water in. So if we start using up this reservoir itself, I guess all the water in this reservoir, we can pipe stuff back up and, you know, from other sources and then refill our own reservoir, which is really, really cool. You also can filter and clean your nasty water. Once you start having waste polluted water, you can clean it and then return it to the entire system. Basically, you've got like a still suit. You know, we're basically Dune, you know? So it works out pretty well. Let's go 6 on either side here. Do we have to have someone special to dig down into here? We do. This is telling us that this is very, where does it say? Very firm? This is very firm type of material. I think this just means you have to have, yeah, so it says miner only dig. So for the job, we have apprentice miner. So I think once they finish this is an apprentice miner, they should be able to dig into this section. We'll see. But yeah, some things that say very firm or what have you. What is this? Is this very soft? So they could dig into that, no problem. There's like a purple type of rock somewhere. That's coal, igneous over here, firm. Got like weird spikes through this stuff here. Here, so this is a bisolite. Okay, so this is the one where you needed the next level of miner in order to dig through it. Oh, what are you? Balm lily. Oh, you're a morb. No, I was looking at this thing. You're a morb. You attracted to unhygienic conditions and excrete bursts of polluted oxygen. Lovely. You are a what? A vacuum? No. You're a Dreco. Drecos are non-hostile critters that graze only on live mealwood plants. We don't want them nearby. Although they seem like... Now that's the cool thing. You can wrangle them and create like a... You could create an environment that's specifically good for their... You know, whatever their biome is or their need is. And you can make them reproduce and then get food from them, which is actually really, really cool. I think if we look at their properties... Do we see a nutrient value at all? Oh, they drop eggs, which is kind of cool. This is their diet. I guess it's not telling us what they would give, or what we would get from them. Okay, so the time has come to print something else out. We could do mirth leaf. Ooh. Buried objects may uncover a mirth leaf seed. Let's look at the database real quick. What is a mirth leaf? Calm green hue alleviates stress and improves morale. Cannot be et though. I think we really need to focus on stuff that can be at the moment. For our 3 possible new citizens, we have May, Marie, and Nicola. We have a builder, cook builder, farm dig cook. Not the interest that I was hoping for. A cook wouldn't go amiss though. May is a vomiter who has noodle arms and is an interior decorator. That's pretty cool. Farm dig cook. Holy crap, Marie has 3 positive traits. Night Owl Uncultured, so you get more benefit from decor, and ignores the effect of diarrhea. However, you are anemic, so you will run super, super slowly. That by itself is a killer for me. That's basically you're always going to take twice as long to get to anywhere else that any other duplicate would if they were all on a flat level playing field with -5 on Marie. I think I'm going to pick May. Nicola has just building skill, biohazardous, meaning he has a low immune system. Also has uncultured. I think May is going to be the winner here because we could assign her to the cooking skill, which we don't have a chef yet. So we're going to go ahead and print her out. I would love to get someone assigned to supply duty soon because that's going to be important down the road. We've got more beds coming. We have 6 duplicates. We have 8 beds once these are all finished up. So thankfully that's all taken care of. Did we get another night owl? We did, didn't I? A while ago we got another night owl and I've not put them on the night shift yet. How can I quickly see this? I don't... Oh, I wish it would hover over and tell me. That's probably asking a bit too much. So who's new? May's new. She's just new. Who's the other one that just joined us? Ruby. Rowan. Isn't Rowan going to be the one who is a night owl? Yeah, okay. So let's put Rowan on the night shift schedule. Rowan, please move. Okay. That was it, right? That was the only other... Those are the only 2 night owls, so they can hang out together and talk about whatever night owls talk about. Really need to start really hitting the farming soon. I'm a little worried that I went a little bit too long with farming. We could put food production over here. We could put a mess hall over here. We could also do a mess hall up here. Move the research if we needed to. Hey, our research is done. We've got the option of building a supercomputer, which we will put down. Now we're going to start really hitting our power, though. We're going to start digging into our power reserves. So I want to start focusing on researching better power options. And I think, crap, I would love if we exposed a natural gas pipe. It basically looks like a giant piece of coral. Coral! And we have not, though. I don't see anything anywhere. So we're going to have to rely on things like coal. We have coal everywhere, right? Yeah, there's tons of coal. It's not like the reason it's bad, obviously, is it produces carbon dioxide. So you don't want to put it anywhere near your living quarters or anything like that. But if we go to the research tree, we can go down to power regulation and then internal combustion. So internal combustion will give us the coal generator, which will let us stop using the manual power. By getting power regulation, we also get a jumbo battery, which is going to get a good amount of power as well. Automation here. Ooh, automation overlay. Automatically turns power on or off using automation technology. That could be really, really helpful. Connects automobile buildings to automation gates. That's probably going to be a bit more complicated than we need to do right now, because for the most part, once you get that coal generator going, you are good on power. By the way, we also need to make a power room, although I think I'm just going to do it in here. I'll probably just put it on the other side of our nasty, dirty compost bin. Let's go ahead and do tiles around here. So again, we're blocking out the rest of the vacuum, so we don't have to... Well, really, we won't be filling this section with much anyways, because it's... I don't think we have the oxygen production. Speaking of, let's go ahead and put another oxygen generating device on the other side of our stairwell over here. And I'll go ahead and run cabling across the floor. Boop. Because we do plan on expanding into this zone as well. Alright, looking pretty good. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Turner, you doing okay, buddy? You're doing fine. Just holding your breath down here at the bottom of the pit of doom and despair. Insufficient oxygen generation. We totally know that from last cycle. We are a bit short, only about 40, 35 or so kilograms short of our oxygen goal. No big deal. We'll get there pretty soon. Invalid building locations. We have a tile to build up. We're still working on getting our rooms, right? Yeah. We're almost there on rooms. We do have a latrine we're going to upgrade to a washroom soon. We are going to put down a massage clinic, med bay. You know what? I really would like to get into this space, because I don't want to have everything all over the place, right? We've got our farm down here, so it would make sense to put food production somewhere nearby. Although, let's see. Let me think about this. Our bedrooms are probably going to stack vertically for a while, so we're going to keep going upwards here. There's still enough room on either wing, so to speak, to go left or right of our stairwell. What types of dedicated rooms do we want? We want a medical and massage clinic. That's a thing. Hey, come here and get killed. Where'd you go, little bastard? We need a medical med bay and a massage clinic. We can also do a mess hall. We can't do a great hall probably yet. Great hall needs a mess table, 32 tiles, decor at 20. Hang on. And a recreational building? Like... Oh, that actually should not be too hard to make. We could have done it here if we move everything out and just keep the pod here. I normally actually do have a central eating room across the middle, but everything got a little bit funky this time around. I really need to think of a better way to do the bedrooms. They just require so much space to get that bedroom requirement, you know? I could put them off to the side. This is what I did last time, is say we've got, well, it's easier to visualize here. We've got this, how you start seeing how this tile is stacking up. It's going to go all the way up, 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 up. We could build a little bedroom off of the side, have a stairwell going here. And this would be a wall. 3, 6, 9, 12. Build a wall all the way around it. And then you've got a little dormitory hanging off the side of your area. But I think it starts to hit the heat. And obviously it's also hitting some of these slime areas. I'm sure I could have done a better job with space management, but it's all good. Although if we go up one more level, we'll have enough room for 12 duplicates, which we don't have anywhere near that level yet. So maybe we could put the Great Hall up above here temporarily until we come up with a better solution. Something like, perhaps, maybe. Okay, what do we need for some of these other rooms? Let's talk about this massage clinic. Yes, I'll tell you what, actually, I just checked the time. Let's go ahead and say, let's put a cut in here, and we'll come back to this next time around. We'll look at doing some of the other rooms, and we'll start to tackle the plumbing question, the great plumbing question of Hope Valley. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you next episode.